Cord, the horn-eater woman, dug her hand into the barrel, then pulled it out, letting thick grains of lavis dribble between her fingers. This revealed the worms. Though they were generally the same color as the grain, they uncurled and writhed on the surface, then buried themselves again. "All of the barrels?" Rissyn asked.
"Each and every one,"
Castled said, nodding for his sailors to open 2 more barrels.
"I came to get supplies for food,"
the horn-eater woman said, in thickly accented Alethi,
"and discovered they are, every one, distinct." "The grain has been cursed," Castled muttered. "Dark soul casting, performed by evil passions during the storm."
"Or," Rissyn said, trying to keep a level head, "we simply bought some stock with dormant larvae hiding inside."
"We checked thoroughly," Castled said. "We always check. And look, this first barrel was left over from our original stores, taken on in Thalen City. This other one was from an early resupply, and this one we picked up only 2 days ago. All have worms now."
She caught the other 2 sailors nodding, muttering about dark soul casting. Wormy grain wasn't the worst thing. Many a sailor had eaten such during a long trip, but the sudden appearance of worms so early after restocking and infesting all their barrels? This would be seen as an omen. It was an old thing, of Thalen superstition. The passions, it was said, changed the world. "Spontaneous genesis has been disproven multiple times, Armsman," Rissyn said to Castled. "This didn't happen because there's some kind of dark soul caster aboard our ship."
"Maybe it happened because of our destination," he replied. "The men dream terrible dreams full of premonitions, and their dread passion creates omens."
The other sailors nodded again. Storms, with this, and with the death of the ship's pet the day before setting sail? Well, Rissyn herself almost believed. She needed to turn this attitude around quickly. "Castled, how much of the crew knows about this?"
"All of them, Rebsk,"
he replied, glancing toward the horn-eater woman. "My sorrows," Cord replied. "I did not know this thing was... he was bad. I asked others." "It is done," Rissyn said, turning to Nickley. "To my cabin, quickly." The tattooed porter, along with his assistant, quickly carried her up from the hold to the higher decks. Yes, Rissyn could imagine the convenience of a small lift, working via Fabrial. When she reached her cabin, she found the Lopen waiting for her.
"Something wrong, Gansha?"
"Corrupted food stores," Rissyn said. Nickley held her chair while his assistant opened the door. "I need to do something about it, quickly."
"I could fly to one of our outposts,"
the Lopen said, following into her cabin.
"Lash some more grain into the air and bring it to us."
"A viable suggestion," Rissyn said, as Nickley set her at her desk. She immediately began digging through the notebooks in the bottom drawer. Cheery lethargically peeked out of her box and chirped in concern. "However, I feel we need another solution." She pulled out a specific notebook, then nodded to Nickley, who bowed and withdrew with his assistant to stand outside. The Lopen remained, lounging beside the door as it clicked closed. She glanced at him. He acted so relaxed all the time. He seemed easy to underestimate.
"This isn't about just our lack of food, Gansha," he guessed.
"An astute observation," Rissyn said, flipping through her notebook. "One of the biggest dangers at sea is letting your crew get away from you.